Get set up here. We'll get started. All the system to set up. So bear with me. Nice to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for making it. And a happy Wednesday to you. 2 blocks. The ability to have your mat up against the wall is going to be the biggest single improvement you have to your practice. Let's start with the left foot on the block. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for making it. Whatever it took for you to be here today, thank you guys. This is super fun to get to, not be by myself. Here's my left foot centered on the block. Right index finger on the wall. Right crosses over the left. So the only thing touching the block is my left foot. Get that head up, get that chest up. Smooth, expansive breaths. Enjoy the breathing. For those of you that can take the hand off the wall, go ahead and do that, balancing on the left foot. We're going to offer some harder variations for you guys today, if that's something you're excited about, something you're interested in. Falling is what happens when you expose your body to instability. So take care of yourself. Don't really lose it. If you fall, you catch yourself, come right back. But also, start playing the game of what does it take for me to fight a little bit more, to not fall. Ribs expand, the head pushes up. Interesting. For those of you this is going well, see if you can catch this right knee with 2 hands. I may need to have one of my hands free to put a fingy on the wall. Make that left foot be the twitcher. Chest stays up. Everybody's breathing. Last breath. Huge inhale. Okay. You got to 2 feet on the block rather than stepping on the floor. You got to squish them on there. You got to wiggle, adjust. Don't let the block flip on you. And now with 2 feetsies on the block, we're going to shift the weight forward and back. Squishing the back of the block, squishing the front of the block. Interesting. Noteworthy. Fascinating. Okay, I'm just going to go straight to second side. Center my right foot on the same block without stepping off the block. If you need to step off, that's great. Make sure you center that right foot on the block, finger on the wall if you need it. Left foot on top of right, the only thing touching the block is this right foot. Now, if for whatever reason you're having issues with the ability to just balance all together, even with the finger on the wall, it's just too injured, it's too hard. Okay, you can just get rid of the block. And if balancing on one foot is too hard for you with a finger on the wall, you want to be concerned enough that you make this your mission this year. Like, this is part of what your life is about. You get that head up, get that chest up, make that foot be extra twitchy. Notice where your weight shifts. Front to back, left to right. For those of you that this is going well, it's so groovy. You catch that left knee with 2 hands. Maybe you need to keep one hand on the wall. For those of you that have a hand on the wall, it's the lightest touch possible, which is why I generally recommend a finger. If you can keep the hand off the wall, awesome. Make that standing foot be extra twitchy. One more deep breath. And then last time, squish both feet on the block. Squish them on there. Nice and symmetric best you can. We shift forward, shift back. If this up is hard for you, then I have no clue how to make it easier for you. You're just doomed. It's only going to be as good as it is right now. So, that's how life works, right? Nothing you do can impact your abilities. They're just innate somehow. You know how babies just come out speaking English. It's the first thing. Awesome. We're going to do a little bit in our wall sit. The problem with wall sit is if you're on a surface that is slippery, if you're on an untrustworthy mat, a mat that doesn't stick to the floor well, first of all, it's time to get a new mat. If you're on a rug that slides, you're sticking that on it, you really want to set your whole system up on something other than that. Either really get some extra sticky stuff for the mat so it stays stuck to the floor, or you just relocate. Find another wall, roll that rug up. It's worth the hassle. If it messes with the feng shui of the room, great. Well, at least you have a room to practice in that's safe and doesn't, kill you. So I have my tush on the wall, my feet are out, and my knees are bent. Now, how much I bend my knees and how close or far away my feet are to the wall is going to do a lot to determine life experience here. So look at your feet, make them nice and parallel. Slide your hips down, so if you look at your thighs and you had a little platter of sandwiches cut into wedges, with or without the crust, that platter would just start to slide off your thighs. It's not this where it would go straight off. It almost wants to stay, but it's gonna slide. So it's still angled down. We get the block we're just standing on. Good, I'll do a few things with this guy. Number one, I'm gonna grabify it, strong grip, bend your elbows, take your elbows to shoulder height. And if you do me a favor with your elbows bent, elbows shoulder height, shoulder width, pull with your hands and try to rip the block into 2 pieces. Shoulder blades down the back, chest arches up. Now keep pulling, keep trying to rip that block into 2 pieces, straighten your arms. All right, here we go. Interesting, still pulling, no pain in the elbows or thumbs. Bend your elbows, elbow shoulder height. Still pulling. Don't let your elbows wing out. That's not rotation, that's just abduction. I'm trying to rotate to pull the block into 2 pieces. Keep trying to rip the block into 2 pieces. We straighten arms again. This time, arm straight, rip the block, take your arms up to vertical. Beautiful. I'm going to take this block and put it just behind my feet. So there's the line of my heels, and then there's the block right behind that line. Take a hand on the wall. I'm going to take my tush on the block. Oh, that's an interesting sequence, Andrew. Shoulder blades down, chest arches up. Everybody's inhaling. Enjoying that your quads get a little bit of a respite. It's pretty nice. Awesome. Look down at your feet, please. Perfectly parallel, maybe as wide as the tush, and point it straight forward. Your feet want to turn out to solve the problem of these positions. See if you can resist that temptation to shift forward, so you can pick your butt up 1 inch off the block. If you can't, don't worry about whether you succeed or fail. Not being able to get your butt off the block does not mean you are a failure, it just means you failed. It's not personal. Actually, it didn't fail. The butt is not up. Why isn't your butt up? What's the thing stopping you? Can you feel it? That's the question. It's the line of inquiry. Can you see what's going on back there? Okay, cool. We're going to get our second block. Put that on top of the first, have a seat. Now for those of you for whom getting the butt off the block was a big non-starter, that wasn't going to happen. No way, Jose. Then, yeah, this is going to be easier for you. And by easier, I mean you're going to succeed and you're going to regret having succeeded. So look down at your feet. They're about as wide as the blocks. Nice and parallel, pointed forward. Shoulder blades down, chest up. Go ahead and shift forward. Go ahead and take your arms forward this time. You can get your butt 1 inch off the block. Any sensations? We're getting sensations, aren't we? Yeah, see, don't fall over. Now, being accurate with your butt is a little weird, so take care of yourself. Chest up, smooth inhales. Check out the neck, back and crunch. Beautiful. We're going to use these 2 blocks as arm lengtheners. We come to our standing forefoot. Let's actually shorten your legs even more. We take the feet wider than the mat. Hips shift left and right. As we explore, use any dimension of the block. I guess don't use any parallel dimensions. This ours is fine. Constrain yourself to the regular old 3-dimensional universe we can see. Outstanding. Everybody show me a natural curve. So you push, bend your knees first, of course. Now push the belly button down arch your chest. Shoulder blades down, chest arches up. I'm looking for that crazy natural curve in the lower back. Show me shirt wrinkles in the lower back. Just being here for many of you is already eliciting shish kebabs, leg sensations, back sensations. Awesome. So you'll stay right here. I'm actually going to invite you to do a bit of a harder practice. So can you, I'm going to trust you to take care of yourself. Can you keep your lower back in this exact position? Nothing changes. And slowly, slowly, try to straighten your legs. Can the angle of your spine not bow up? Can your ribs not start to, front of your ribs not start to go towards your pelvis? Can you keep shoulder blades down, natural curve, and slowly start trying to push the knees back? If the limiting factor isn't the shape of your spine, but rather the intensity of sensation in hamstrings, then you got to back up just the same. Regardless of how bent or straight your knees are, we shift the hips left and right. If your legs are straight, the shift is solely from pelvis tilting. It's really quite nice. Awesome. Let's use this. Let's get my box out of the way for down dog. Notice how I'm oriented. My feet are towards the wall. I step back. Actually touch your heels to the wall. And our little down dog. Pinkies off the edge of the mat. So my hands are wider than the mat. Let's alternate bending and straightening the knees. See what the calves have to say today. Stretch the calves towards the floor. Right there at the wall. Yep. Good. The way we down dog push-ups. I shift forward, shoulders over the wrists, and we push back. So cycling between these two positions. Everybody's breathing. So you can keep your arms perfectly straight. Good. Many of you are going to need to take a break, so you just touch your knees down. The rest of us, see if we can step our feet hip height on the wall. Again, do not do this work if your hands are on a slippery surface. If you don't trust the surface of your mat to not slide out from under you, you cannot leverage against the wall. In this position, is it possible to get my scapula down away from the ears? If this is too hard, just be in down dog. It's okay. You don't have to put your feet on the wall. It's for crazy people. And if you're crazy, enjoy being crazy. It's kind of fun. It's nice. One more deep breath. Let's all take a little break together. Feet step down. Knees touch. Let's point the toesies. Sit back on the heelsies. And see what it's like to breathe. My chest is up. I have this opportunity to sort of relax the weight of the arms, tick-tock the head. Working with straight arms is going to go into the neck, and by that I mean the muscles that elevate and maybe deduct the scapula are going to shorten. You're going to recruit them. That's the deal we make when we work on down dog, handstands, push-ups, all that stuff. Working with elbows down is part of the panacea for that, but we still need to work with arms straight. So, great, it tightens your neck. We just need to do something about it. Little tick-tocks. Pulling the scapula away from the ears ends up being pretty good first solution. Okay, let's do one more thing with feet on the wall. We'll do some jumps, and then we'll get to work on shoulders, back, and call it a day. So same setup. This time I'm going to be on elbows and knees. Elbows and knees with my feet touching the wall. In this position, if my elbows are too close to my knees, I'm going to be too squashed up once I straighten my legs. So I want to come into a comfortable elbows down dog position. Elbows down dog is down dog with your elbows down. That's why we call it elbows down dog. Elbows down dog for short. Because your elbows, let's have them slightly narrower than the shoulders. And shoulder blades pulling away from the ears towards the hips. Your job is to have the distance just right.
so that when you straighten your legs, this shouldn't feel too squarched up. My heels are touching the wall. This position doesn't feel too squarched up. See if I can get scapula away from the ears. Breathe, 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 and then breathe some more. If all this is going well, feet step hip height, and if all this is going well, we let one leg fall back behind us. Smooth, expansive, voluminous inhales. I'm not pushing this, and I'm definitely not pushing any hamstring stretch I might be feeling in the leg that is on the wall. My job here is to try to find a way to breathe. Pushing through your front splits best you can without any pain. Good, switch legs. And one leg, the other leg is back. I drive that walled heel into the wall. Smooth, smooth inhales. Deeper is not better. Outstanding. Come right back down, slow and easy. This time, we turn around. So we're going to wind up with our elbows touching the wall, facing the wall with the forearms straight up. My head, however, nice and low. It's an inch or two off the floor. Your shoulders should feel cooked. This is basically the last position you want to be in. And yet here we are. Okay. Crunch. This is there. Beautiful. Hands flat. I'm actually going to push through the hands. See if you can straighten the arms. So don't let your mat slide away.
Straighten your arms, chest out. If for whatever reason this is too intense, you can just take your hands on the floor for a regular cobra. Everybody, pull shoulder blades away from the ears. Smooth, expansive inhales. Beautiful. Reading pose. Elbows under shoulders. Still facing the wall, please. Shoulder blades down and back. Top of the head pushes up. If you're cooked, you know you're done. Just set your head down. Enjoy being done. You can give up at any point. You don't win a prize by staying in the position. Here we go. You're going to curl the toes under. See if you can come into your plank. If for whatever reason this is too intense, just walk your knees forward, elbows and knees.
Then feet walk forward. Bring elbows down dog. Your job is to see what's it like to breathe here. For those of you that want the last little crazy thing, single leg kicks, we'll do 5 on each leg. Nice sweet little touches on the floor. Nobody slams their foot on the floor. I used to demonstrate that, but even just demonstrating it will give you bruises on your feet. If you can touch that foot to the wall, that's a huge deal. That's a breakthrough in itself. Whether you get up or not, doesn't matter. Just 5 on each leg. We get to have a seat. And we're actually going to get a block. We're going to lie over a block. And with
there's many ways you can orient. There's many places we can put the block. Find a comfortable spot for the block with the head reaching towards the wall. Smooth deep inhales. So don't whack your head on the wall. I'm laying over a block in its flattest and widest dimension. If you don't have a block, roll up a towel. It's okay. Like that. Yeah. There's the wall. It's so close. That's a close one. Now, hips on the floor is ideal. And the way we instruct this, of course, is I start with hips on the floor. That's the anchor point. I then try to lengthen upper body, lengthen abdomen, excuse me, to give up all that tension that's stopping you from getting your head and shoulders to the floor. And as long as the block is sort of lower than the scapula, I'm happy. Woo! So smooth, deep inhales. Everybody's breathing. If it sort of works for you, you're welcome to reach your hands back. And overhead, you can push your hands into the wall. We have special delivery. This coffee brought to you by the Intelligentsia 20th anniversary. That 20th anniversary. Commemorative mug. And with hands overhead pushing into the wall, notice that I might actually get a little bit of a relief for those of you with some issues in articulating the spine. There's just something stopping you. I don't know what it is, Andrew. Yeah, it's okay. You're learning this. This is a new language. Your body's figuring this stuff out. It takes time to adapt. This little movement right here, just push. Takes some of that work, because of course what we're doing is lats, triceps. It depends on whether you're pulling shoulder blades down. Triceps and deltoids are helping to turn off abs. Isn't that interesting? The pain in your back, the discomfort, the limitation in your back doesn't occur as a rectus abdominis issue. And of course it is. We got some strong people in the room. So for you guys, if you want a little bit more, the hands can either be on the wall or by your side. Is all the same. It's equally miserable. See if you pick your right leg up 1 inch. Good. Relax that. Check it out. I want you to notice as you pick your left leg up. First, you're going to pick your left leg up 1 inch. Are you using your abs for this? The answer is yes, Andrew. I'm totally using my abs for this. How did you know? Well, that's what you're paying for. Big bucks. And the second question is, how relaxed is your right leg right now? Not even a little bit, is it? You are totally using gluteals on that right leg to lift your left. So shake it out. Woo. And I don't think my abs are on. I'm special. You know I'm special. That's true. You are special. I really appreciate how special you are. So, going to pick both legs up. The hips are down. Both legs up just an inch. Just a little baby inch just off the floor. Notice if your abs are not. If you're having trouble inhaling, that's because your abs are on. Your abs are an exhalation muscle. Let's keep the feet 1 inch off the floor. You bend the knees. Just an inch off the floor. The butt is obviously down. This is the test for whether your butt is down or not. Straighten your legs 1 inch off the floor. And then bring it in. So you cycle between these two positions. 1 inch off the floor. Good. Your feet come as wide as the mat. Flat on the floor, thank goodness. We slowly tick-tock, you know the drill. And everybody's inhaling. If for whatever reason the back, it's just, this back part of the block is too intense, Andrew. Yeah, that's okay. Come out, do the block. Lie flat. Throw your feet up on the couch. Take a nap. This is your class. This is your hour. I can't even see you. And even if I could see you, I would encourage you to. But you are totally free. And hopefully this begins to transfer over to group classes when they come back. Awesome. So let's all actually roll off the block. Don't sit up. Just roll over to one side. Reach behind to get rid of the block. Roll right back to the back. Yeah. Let gravity win here. Every exhale like a sigh. Going to be here long, particularly for those of you that have real trouble focusing. Attention is scattered. Chances are, even if you there's some days you just don't get anything done. Chances are, even on those days, it's not like you had free time. And it's not like you did nothing. The time got filled. You filled it with something. Just not the stuff you probably needed to do. But this moment is different. In this moment, there is only one thing to do. And that is to notice this moment. What body sensations are there? Not having any body sensations? Feel these last 2 or 3 inhales. Your sensations are those. The breath is cooler, isn't it? You feel the ribs and belly expand. And there's a rightness to that inhale, isn't there? Check out the neck. All that tension on the neck. Awesome. There you go. Let's take your legs up. Straight up to vertical, take your arms up also. Roll your ankles, roll your wrists, roll your hands and feet, wiggle the fingers and toes. All right. We'll do 2 little things before we do our back bend, and a little bit for posture, and we'll call it a day. Keep your right leg straight up to vertical, left leg goes over to the left, and we'll bring it straight back up to vertical. Cycling between these 2 positions best you can. So right leg somehow stays vertical as the left leg just kisses the floor. You want to do something like this, where the left leg goes straight down, in line with the mat. We're going perpendicular, perfectly perpendicular. Last one. And second side. Notice, don't hit your coffee. Straight over to the right. Let it go down even a millimeter. yoga has to be one of the few things that you're concerned about getting dirt from your feet in your coffee. It's not a very normal concern. The left leg is trying to sort of float in this exact position as my right leg articulates freely to the floor as close as we can and then back up. All right, now the next one might give you some trouble for those of you with instability in your back, so you might have to have your knees bent. So I drop my legs over the left, timber. With both knees bent, I'm going to, with both legs straight as best I can. I'm going to keep my bottom leg down and take the top leg up. If for whatever reason this is too intense, just bend that top knee. Your left leg, the bottom leg, is absolutely and completely glued to the floor. Now what's nice about this is we can start exploring beyond vertical, but I don't then get to take my right leg away from the chest. It stays equidistant from the chest throughout this entire arc because it's moving on the transverse plane rather than down towards the mat. Perfectly across, perpendicular to the spine. Everybody's inhaling. And use second side. Both legs up. It may be better to do one at a time. Timber. Now I have both legs over to my right. There's the line of my spine, which is more or less in line with the mat. When you roll, there is a skew to that angle, but it's okay. My bottom leg, my right leg stays in one position. The left leg comes up. The top leg is the only move. If you're having trouble, you can just hold the right leg down with the right hand. How far past vertical can you go? Today, every day is a little different. It's a question you get to explore. Smooth inhales. Obviously, we're looking for buns contractions here. Almost got the heel. Letting go the heel. There we go. There are a few fun variations off of this. That's good. And then right where you are, you're welcome to turn around if you need to face the screen. I'm going to roll right back up my middle. It's a suspicious little flick of dirt there. Chalk it up. Dust. Elbows under the shoulders, shoulder blades down away from the ears, the top of the head pushes up. Breathing pose, right where you are. If you're new to movement practice, and you just, all this new stuff is, Andrew, I just can't remember it. It's impossible. I'm never going to be able to do this on my own. Yeah, that's true for now. But that's true for most people. Very few people, it's exceedingly rare that people start any new movement discipline having never done things like dance before and just can have the knack for noticing and conditioning and pulling all the body parts together and being able to do these complex movements. And then remember how to do it. That's extraordinarily rare. Most people who start yoga and are good at it were dancers for years. People who have already basically been doing movement and been thinking about movement, watching people do movement and mimicking them, they got years on you. So if there's no chance you are going to just integrate this magically and effortlessly into your life, first of all, you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. Perfectly normal. And you only have to remember one thing. Get on the floor. Just get on the floor. Every day, get down on the floor and do a thing. Just get on the floor. That's the thing. You lie flat, you breathe, maybe you take a nap. Groovy. And spot straighten your arms. For many of you, this is intense. This is like life-changing. So you may need to come in and out of this position. For the rest of us, we're gonna move on. I slide my hands a hand length closer. Straighten the arms, chest out, shoulder blades down. It's very suspicious of this pose the first 10 years I taught yoga. Then started doing some experimentation, and what's clear, at least to me now, is that the main issue with this pose is it's so well leveraged, and abs are so well situated and designed to resist this position that it actually just takes time. That's it. You just got to spend more time here, more time like today, and more time like overtime, like day in, day out. So if you needed a program for poses that are hard for you, hand length closer, arm straight, so you can keep your thighs down. Scapulas don't get caught by the ears. Keep them down. Push that chest up. Smooth, expansive inhales. Simple program. Anything that's hard for you, do it 3 to 5 times a week. If you're a scheduler, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe it's the weekdays with the weekends off. But you notice it ain't 7 days a week. You schedule in that time to not do the position.
Roll down, stack the hands, set the head down. Enjoy these last few inhales. While we wait for the shoulders, the back, the lumbar spine all to let go. Bend the knees, we tick-tock the feet. I'm not doing this to fix anything. When I look at it in a room full of people, so many of the times that you start doing this spontaneously is to undo a sensation that you're feeling in your body. You're noticing a thing in your back, or your hips, or your shoulders, and you're trying to make it magically go away through movement. And that is exactly the opposite of what we're doing in this practice. This little tick-tock is to discover what is true in the body. What sensations are there? Let's roll the ankles, check out the sensations in the foots. Those ladies push up. I'm sitting on a block. We've had quite a bit of quiet time in this class.
I love hard exercise. It's fun. It's effective. It's good at what it is designed to deliver. Let's elevate the chest with a block. But just like those days off, we have to actually design into our practice the opposite. Most of you are probably perfectly fine at filling your schedule. But not so good at sort of dumping out the contents of your brain, clearing your schedule, and letting yourself do nothing. So just for a few breaths, push that head up. Notice what you did to the body. Whatever sensations are there are groovy. thing from here. Push that head up, chest up, take your palms face up. Pivot under your elbows, reach the wrists apart. So my elbows are bent, they're in line with the body, and I'm trying to point my fingers straight up. I'm going to keep my fingers pointing straight up, palms face up. Kick your elbows now forward of the body. So if I had a bowl of soup in each hand, I'm trying to pour them out of the back of the bowl, thumbs point to the floor. But notice I haven't flexed the wrists. I definitely haven't flexed the elbows anymore. Fingers still, point straight out. I have this sort of open angle at the elbow. Elbows pushing forward as the thumb, as I continue to supinate the forearms, pointing thumbs to the floor. Now, most of this movement is coming from the shoulder. A lot of it that you think is happening is at the forearm, but the elbow moving is mostly at the shoulder. At some point, it all has to come from scapula. Can you get a cramp somewhere either in the back of the shoulder, which is posterior rotator cuff, or here in the underarm? For those of you new to this style, new to this practice, a lot of this stuff might seem strange, counterintuitive, anathema. Keep your head up, keep the chest up, just let the arms hang. None of us here in this style have any interest in being contrary, contrary's sake, but rather willingness to let go of everything that doesn't work in service of the commitment that you feel better. So thank you for spending this time with us. It promises you feel better walking around for the rest of the day than you did before this class. Remember, today's class is insufficient, so make sure you keep doing this work, keep breathing deep, be as tall as you possibly can. And if you didn't know, we love you. Here's a self high five for you. And if you're here from Houston, Texas, that's for high fives. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your trust. And my first sip of coffee of the day. It's always good. Thanks. Bye now.